see people very excited about is like this sweep, what we just been walking, and you can kick, you can sweep, you just turn and flip me. But the same thing, I start walk from here. And when I say the same thing, it's like just almost the same control, but instead of have just the arm, what the arm can just come up, can become up. When you have this, it's more like the head, you have like a all together. And I feel like this move came to me when I was training a lot of MMA, and people was like a ground and pound, but then they end up in this position, and I have all the control, everything I need, and I start working like this sweep from here, and it start working even better than this one. This was good, but this one on my aspect was better and more efficient. And when I say more efficient, like even against someone bigger. So the whole point is like if you have this, I want to keep a distance. If the person drive the shoulder too close, too close, and I'm not able to push him away, I'm not able to sit up, I'm not able to kind of like kick his leg. This is just as good. This is just as good. I have the seat belt, but now from this position, the arm that is on the hook, I'm gonna bring him all the way to the other side. And what I like to explain, this arm goes to the other side to meet the hands on the other side. The hand that's on the other side is gonna meet, not this hand is gonna meet the arm. This hand is gonna, this arm is gonna meet the hands on the other side, and I'm gonna just keep this. When I say keep this, like I'm gonna keep him like really close to me. Because I have like a more control and not just the arm, I can really bring him close to me. I can turn. I can really keep him like without ground and pounding or without like a escape and get away from him. So from this position, I can just stretch, extend my leg, and lift his arm out of the floor. And I wouldn't give up this grip. I will keep this grip on top. Once I'm stable, I can go to the underhook, but I'm gonna try and maintain that as much as I need to stay on top. So I got over here. I have this position. Maybe I have on the hook, maybe I don't have it on the hook, but one hand goes on the side and meet the hand behind his head. And I bring the hand to the other side. I have to make sure this hand meet the hand on the other side. This hand doesn't go so deep, because if you go so deep behind his head, you can easily switch sides. And he start passing. He easily start passing. I have the same position, but now he's passing, I'm not sweeping. So from this position, I'll do this. But now I'm gonna keep my elbow, my frame on front of his shoulder, and I'm gonna just lift and get it, and I'll land on top. Let me just add one more thing here. If I have both hooks, that's great. I can even sit up. I can even go to just to the elbow. It's the same thing. It's the same thing. I can even have like the same move before. But if the person halfway when I'm kicking, his knee gets inside, and I don't have the first move, or maybe I have the first move and now like his knees inside, I cannot kick, I cannot lift, that would be the best time to go to this position. And I don't have to lift him. I can easily go to more like a half guard position. As long open your arm, so as long as I don't let his arm comes up and I lift his arm, I can easily just roll him from there. And I was almost forgetting, but this is what makes one move different than the other. Because I don't have to sit up and kick the leg and lift the person up in case the person is too big. In case the person is kind of like not let me sit up. If I have my both hooks inside, I can easily coordinate to lift somebody up. But if you don't have both hooks inside, if the person is already walking to pass a guard, once you have like a half guard position, it's not a butterfly guard, the person is already beating your butterfly guard. Now in a half guard position, you begin with the butterfly guard, but now you only have the arm and head control. You can easily bump and bridge the person out of that. So I've got here, the person got them inside. I have some half guard position over here. If I turn towards the sweep, his arm open up. So I'm not turning towards the sweep. I'm staying most like on my side. And then from here, I'm gonna just turn. Can you lift this leg up, Scott? So I have this half guard, I'm gonna switch, and the leg that I have in between, I'm gonna post on the floor, and I'm gonna just bump. Let's do that, right? So I have the position, I have the half guard, I'm holding the half guard, the person will strap past my half guard, I'm not turning this way, I'm turning the other way, I'm switch legs, this leg stay on top, and the other leg goes on the floor. And now I'm just bump and breach. Can be very slow sweep. You don't have to get a huge momentum. But I trust more on this sweep with the head in than the other one with just the arm in. When I say trust, like this is when the person kind of defend the first one. This is already kind of like the person already show like, yeah, I got you. I already realized your time, and I got my knee inside, and now like you don't have more just my arm. You don't have more that sweep anymore, and then I'm able to just keep head and arm and switch for the position. Instead of sit up, it's a little bit of rolling, and I think those positions really combine and compromise each other. But it's good to have options. You just don't want to have only one, and I like all of them. But this is one of those points that like you can use with the gi, you can use no gi, and especially in MMA, people don't realize like how much they ground and pound, but they just fall and then they sink their arms like to this type of sweep. And to be able to reverse someone that try and punch you and be on top of them, it's just huge. It's just like definitely a good option to have. So one of those options that we must have, like imagine like something went slightly wrong. I love butterfly guard. I like stay there, and I can have this position anytime the person gives to me. I love to have this. But then the person starts driving forward. He don't let me kick his knee, and to this point, I cannot just lift him and put him back over there because he's already passing my guard. You know what I mean? He passed all the way. And all I have left is the half guard. I'm holding the half guard. And this point, I'm switching for this because I don't want to lose control. And with this control over here, I want to. Can you lift your legs up? I want to keep this half guard and hold this foot to bump to get over to the other side. But if you get to one point in this position, I have the half guard, and maybe the person is too heavy, maybe the person is too strong. I'm lifting up, I'm trying to get him over to the other side. I'm trying to bump. All his weight is coming off to the side, other side, and I can't bring him over. This point over here, I'm just give up like a half guard. Pretty much this point over here, I almost just kind of kick him off over here. No, don't get slapped. I'm just giving him up and just getting myself over to the other side. Instead of like throw him to one side, I'm almost like if I cannot bring to the side, I'm almost pushing off away from the other side, and I'll come out from underneath. And that come out from underneath, the person can wait and let me take his back, or maybe they can roll and try to recover already his back. So it's so I got him. I went to the shoulder, I tried to sit up, he drove, he went to start passing my guard. I went to the head, I meet my hand not behind his head, most like to the side, and then from this position, let me show the legs. From this position, I'm looking to try to sweep him over, but he keeps his weight off. So if he keeps his weight off, I can use my butterfly hook and kick him up or just like away, and I'll just, don't fall. And I'll just start to come up, put your hand on the floor, and I'll just start to come up from here. Come up from here, I can just keep driving, or maybe he can pull his arm over, and I can just kind of like stay on top. Some people has a different reaction based on like some people doesn't let any time their back goes on the mat. They can be getting their back take, but they don't put their back on the floor. Some people are so used to have a guard. They're so used to play guard. So anytime they feel like their back is take, they feel fine to kind of give up like the top position and start play guard. So from this position, It's just one option. It's almost kind of you getting out from the back door. He cannot sweep. He cannot let you sweep one way. He cannot sweep the other way. He can just come out from underneath and just take advantage that you cannot maneuver his weight towards one side. So you let his weight stays on the other side, but you just come out from underneath. And that's how good that control is. Like it gives a chance to even come out from underneath and he still maintain the same control. One more time. So if I have this, I have this, I can launch it up. He start passing my guard. I get a hold of his head too. I have done the hook. I'm trying to sweep. His weight is coming out from the side. I'm starting to come off. And from this position, if you wait over here, I can just keep driving and get on top. If I get over here and he keep his hand pulled, he keep his hand pulled, I can just come out from the bottom and get on top. And it's the type of thing that needs to combine and match to things that you like to do. I like to do the moves before. I have the moves before as a strong weapon, but this is my favorite side. This is the side that probably I feel like I'm gonna be able to do this sweep. This is the side that like I don't attack the reverse armbar so well. But at the same side that if I don't have the reverse armbar, if I don't have the sweep, if I come off underneath and I'm on top, I'm on my favorite side of the seat belt. I'm on my favorite side of the back taking. So it's a big advantage to have. And remember what I said. We must have options. We must have like adding options to our game. Just like how we have to add like techniques. But the techniques cannot be like too far apart. The technique has to be like a bunch of options really close to each other. And obviously, like slowly, we can start moving from the first technique until the ending, but it cannot be a big step. You cannot go from flat triangle to ankle attack. You have to be able to like break down and have options and small options and little different between one place to the other. And I hope like with all this sequence that we start adding, start to make more sense like what I'm really trying to explain. You're gonna want to have options, but not just crazy options. One here and another one all the way over there, but options that are like, oh, the guy put his knee up, the guy put his knee down, the guy doesn't do anything, he just keep a good balance, and then from there you just figure out your way from that. This time I feel like we getting a little bit far ahead. When I say far ahead, like imagine if you play butterfly guard and you used to be sitting up and you're comfortable to be sitting up, and the person stays right on front of you, stays on his knees. But then if you start stand up, you love butterfly guard, you like to do the butterfly guard, or you practice, you get it to understand, but when he stand up, things start changing. When I say things start changing, like maybe you're not only gonna do butterfly guard, maybe you're gonna change, maybe you're gonna kind of like have a little bit of like a rush to change things up. I don't wanna just kind of like stay sitting down in this position. But when he stand up, I'm looking for the hands, and he stand up. I'm still looking for his hands. I'm still looking to close the distance. I'm still looking to keep like my hands on front of my feet and looking for control his hand. I want to control his hands. I want to get the 2-on-1. I want to open his hands so I can get close. But stay over here, it's a little bit harder and frustrating for some people, because they can any moment they can go on my ankle and pick me up and just put me on my back, and now I'm definitely not in a butterfly guard anymore, and now I'm dealing with someone past my guard. I'm dealing to try to sit up, and then maybe his arm triangling me. So it's a little bit like hard to someone that is just practicing butterfly guard and the other person stand up. And I want to just go slow and start to add like things up. And I feel like we're so used to hand fight, but once he stand up, I want to hand fight. But if he start to get up a little higher, I don't want to just be looking for his hand. I don't want to just be fighting to go to neck high. I don't want to look for his elbow anymore. If he stand up, I cannot get distracted and go find his hand. But he can easily cut. He can easily like just step over, you know what I mean? He can easily like step over in there. I'm gonna have to work to kind of like defend myself in a way that maybe I'm not being training for. So my focus is, if I close the distance to him, I'm keeping my hands on front of my hands. If his hands are low, I'm still focused on his hand. I don't wanna walk forward and then put my neck right in between his hands, and then he can just choke me and guillotine me. So if his hands are low, I'm still walking from his hand. Once his hand goes high, I don't go look for his hands. I feel a lot of people, they get cut and think they're really messed and out of control, and the person really start holding their hands over here. So if I get over here, I'm looking for his hand start going a little bit up. Instead of going on his hands, I'm going on his knees. I'm start walking on his knees. So it's like, let me close it distance a little bit. Don't stay too close. No parallel. Get one foot back. So if I get over here and I'm looking for the hands, and he keep the hands up, I don't go look for the hands. It can be like an easy setup. So instead of like a go to the hands, I don't have the hands anymore. The person stand up. He stood up, and doesn't matter how tall he is. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna keep reaching and then open up this much. So if I don't have the hands, I keep my elbows stuck in. I'm keeping my hands on front. I keep my hands on front. So instead of going in his hands, I'm just going on the knee. I'm just going to switch around. I'm just going to that control. I'm looking for like I get a hold. I don't have his hands. I just have one knee. And this is so he cannot like get to my side. This is so he cannot like don't snap my head down and go to guillotine. I'm have everything tucked in for him. And then from here, there's a lot of options. When I say there are a lot of options, like at least he's not gonna be like a light guy running and make me really chasing this position. I'm get a hold of him. So from here, I can just hook the leg, make things more stable. I can drop on my side and pull him to like a one leg X. I can, instead of lift him up, I can scoop under and go to one leg X. A lot of people will enjoy to rip and go to a heel hook position. The option is going to be yours, but what I'm trying to say, like, if you like to be sitting up, if you like a butterfly guard and the person stand up, first thing, we coordinate to keep our hands on front of our feet, because he's going to go to your ankle. If the person's hands go a little higher, don't chase his hand, because chase his hand is going to end up kind of have you expose yourself. Doesn't matter if he's not come to me. If he's far away, I'm still gonna be chasing. But instead of go to his hand, I'm gonna look for the knee. Sometimes maybe the knee is gonna try to meet me in the middle. Maybe the person's gonna step forward and he's gonna be try to surprise me. So I have to get used to get the knee. And what I was talking about, if I get over here, I'm reaching for the leg. I'm reaching for the closest leg, but I'll try to keep my shin on front of his shin, at least to keep like a more stable and safe. So this time I still have the person standing up, and when I have him standing up, I want to maintain my hands on front of my feet most of the time. But I want to get a hold. If I get a hold of his hands, I can bring him close to the ground, and I can create more reactions from him, and I can also have the control, knowing that I'm not going to get close to him and then he's going to attack my neck. So if I can have his hands, great. But if I cannot have his hands, I'm not going to be chasing his hand either. But in that meantime, if his knees get exposed, I can easily just go and close the disc on his knee. But in this meantime, I don't have his hands, and then he just stepped forward. So he stepped forward. He's not only stepped forward, but he stepped not out, he stepped in between my legs. And as soon as he stepped in between my legs, I need to get my shin inside. My hand is still worried about like his knee or anything like that. If his hand gets lower, I'm just take his hand out. But as soon as he stepped forward, I need to make sure. I want to keep my hands on front. He stepped in between, and just put my shin inside. With my shin side, now will be a lot safer, so I can get a hold of his knee. And then from here I can lift, so front like that, but obviously like that. But obviously, like I'm still with the butterfly guard. But if it gets to one point, the person step, I don't want to just keep moving forward because I don't want to just keep moving back. You can just be following me, and now I'm going to end up on my back. If the person is stepping between my legs, and I don't have my shin on top, on front, I'm still gonna take it. I'm still gonna take his leg. That's safe for me. So if he's stepping between my legs, I don't have my shin on front, I'm still gonna take his leg. Controlling his leg will give me like a pause into the scenario. Whatever he's thinking about to pass, back step, knee cut, at least I can hold him in this position. I don't want to pull him on top of me. I'm not pulling him on top of me. I'm just keeping like my shoulder on front of his chest. And this leg is the one I want to put my shin. I want to just scoop my butt. I don't want to disconnect and give them much space because I will lose everything. I'm gonna just kind of just scoop back. With my butt scooping back, now I can put my shin. Turn around. So if I have his leg in between, there's no room to put my shin inside. I couldn't capitalize and put my shin first. I'm keeping my chin tucked. I don't want to be looking up and having. I'm keeping my chin tucked. I'm keeping his knee close to my chest. I'm almost like cupping his knee. Tucking my chin. I'm scooping my butt back, and just put my shin over there. With my shin over here, I can have more of the control. Even if you try drive against me, I can lift that foot out of the floor. Turn around. Many times I have this knee and the person starts driving, lift a little bit of like a kick to take his foot out of the floor. And with his foot out of the floor, he doesn't have much driving. He cannot drive his knee against my chest. And then obviously, like, you need to be used to be in a butterfly guard. You need to kick this up and then stay over here. That's why I feel I let the stand up position butterfly guard for last, because I want you guys be able to practice a lot on your butt, be able to fire out the underhook. Then when the other person stand up, you have a lot of resistance to stay over here and don't fall. We already used to stop with the person with your shoulder when he's low, but now that if he's up, I want to be able to get my shin over there. If I don't have my shin, I get a hold, I stay here, and I get my shin over here. And now I can anytime switch things up, go to one leg, go to a full X. I don't want to just take too much directions out from folks what is the butterfly guard, but you need to understand that everything has to connect. So when I'm doing the butterfly guard, I'm ready to do a guillotine. When I'm doing the butterfly guard, I'm ready to take the back from there. When I do the butterfly guard, I can change. Instead of do the butterfly guard, I can do one X, I can do a full X guard. I can any moment from the butterfly guard, even feel like I don't have a great stand up, great takedown to take a shot. I can easily begin with a single leg from the bottom and stand up with the leg. So I don't have to take a shot. I can just start with the leg already. So I didn't take a shot. I didn't risk to be too much on my feet. I'm standing up with the leg. So I just don't want to take too much the direction, but everything has to combine. When you have one game, that game has to give options to go to your other game, and vice versa. One game has to connect to the other. And I'm hoping you're not one of those guys who just like to be on top on the border, because if you limit yourself to just be in one dimension, you're not gonna have that many chances against someone that used to be on his feet, used to be on top, used to be on the border, and that has not just the point game but has all the submission. Someone that just can keep a good pace. So you want to be able to just connect things. It doesn't matter if you like one thing, but you also gonna have to be able to add things up to your game. And I hope you're able to make all those details matter, because everything counts. All the details counts. All right, so this time we start to graduate a little bit the speed. And the speed not just to do a moves when the person is on his knees, but do a move when the person stand up and start to move faster. Faster because you on your butt and the person's on his feet. Obviously, he's going to be faster. He's going to be able to move much more. He's going to be able to coordinate more things like than you because you're on your butt. But you still be able to kind of manage and control the scenario because that's the most important. But to tell someone that he needs to learn butterfly guard when the other person stand up first, oh, this is gonna be too hard. It's gonna be like something that like you don't want to be like on the board all the time with someone stand up and just take a shot against you, take his knee cut all the time, and try to snap you down and run around you. All these is already gonna be like very like overwhelming if you want to just start play butterfly guard when someone just stand up on you. So if the person stand up on me, I want to have my hands on front of my feet. But if it gets to one point that as soon as he stand up, I was looking for his hand, but then he comes too fast on me, you know. And I wasn't ready to maybe get a hold of the person. I wasn't ready to get a hold of his leg. I was definitely not ready to put my shin on front. If the person just gonna get close to me and they start really pushing, and then I feel like I don't have my shin in front of me. I even feel like I don't have my hands to block his knee. So as soon as I realize the other person is like gonna come too close, I can any moment push him away. When I say push him away, like if his hands, I'm controlling his hands, but if he see his knee, I can push his knee. And I don't want to be on this close distance. I don't want to be in this meter range where I wasn't prepared myself. So if you used to be in butterfly guard, get ready if you have to back away. It's okay. You can just kind of take a step back. But you don't want to take a step back and take another step back and another step back and another step back, and you can just kind of just defend it. Because soon the person is going to catch you. He's going to be able to get you like close to the edge of the mat, and you're not going to be able to just move back. So if I'm over here and the person like take a charge on me, I can easy push him back. I can easily put my hand on his knee and just push him back. But I have to understand that after one scooting back, after two scooting back, I need to connect to him. And in that meantime, once we're still in motion, I'm pushing. Next time, I'm gonna have my shin on his shin. What I'm trying to say, like I'm back away. I'm not ready to that approach. I'm not ready to engage. I'm back away. But as soon as I understand the pattern of as soon as I understand the pattern from what he's throwing me, I need to get back on that. I need to go back to the mat. So if I'm still get close to him, and then he steps too fast, and I'm not able to get a hold. If I get a hold of him, I'm gonna end up with him like pushing my back on the mat and back stepping. I'm walking in, and I'm like, I don't want to be here. I wasn't ready for that. So any moment you getting used to be sitting up, the person stand up and he wants you fast, just put your hand on front of his knee. In that meantime, then you back away and he's moving forward. Try setting up yourself and just put your shin on front of your shin at the same time. With your shin at the same time, once he keep like a driving, now we can kind of like push him back. Now we can kind of like go. Now you're able to kind of like get him off of you. With your shin in front of him, like I said, as he's dropping his knee, I'm lifting his foot. I'm pushing his foot back. I'm not letting him drive and get that much momentum against me. And I'm hoping that will give me time to kind of connect to him like making has to work on my technique and on my own pace, on my timing, on the speed that I was playing through. Sometimes you back away and that's okay, but as soon as I back away, you have to be ready to kind of like bring him back to your game, connecting with something that you know, and from there you start to take over more the direction of the match. You start take the fight more towards your way, and that's what you want. You want to take the person towards like a area that we used to, not where he's used to. I want you to go where I'm taking to my technique, to the moves that I'm used to do this over and over. And I don't want to go too far on this, but I like to push the pace. I'm used to push the pace, but I'm pushing the pace where I like, where I'm training, in the moves that I'm practicing the gym every day. And this take a lot of energy from me too. I get exhausted in the gym. I get exhausted like before I go to a tournament. You know, I'm not competing a lot anymore. I'm still gonna compete, but it's not something that I'm doing every day. But if I'm going to compete, I'm guessing myself all training, but I'm guessing myself in something that I do every day. When I go to a tournament and I make the person do that same thing with me every day, working the same move, he has to defend the moves that I do every day. I believe, and I'm constantly like confident that he's gonna get tired before me, because that's my area. That's the moves that I've been playing. I'm pushing really high pace that I can get tired. But if I'm get tired, I'm hoping he's gonna get tired before me, and that's why I'm confident to like I can back away and I can throw back to him and go really hard and make he has to deal with my speed in a move that maybe he's not used to defend that all the time. So this time, like we want to have a plan, but if the person throwing his plan on you, when I say his plan, like if he's like speed things up, if he's going a direction that you don't want to do, you can't always back away. You can't back away, but you want to come back. You have to come back. That's what keeps the odds on your favor. If you come back and make the person play your game. But I was looking for hands control. I was looking to keep my feet kind of protect. I don't want someone pick me up and then throw me back on the floor. But in that meantime, he just stepped quick and I didn't have time to put my shin in front of him. And I'm keeping like a safe distance, and he kept moving forward and he kept moving forward and he kept moving forward, and then he kept getting too close. As soon as I realized he's coming too close to me and I cannot scoot back anymore, instead of go back, I almost meet him in the middle. I feel like I'm doing like a double act. I feel like I'm taking a shot, but I'm taking a shot to someone's leg that comes towards me. So I don't take a shot of someone that's sprawling. So it's almost like much easier than take a shot. So someone is walking his leg, he's moving his leg forward against me. So instead of go away, I'm just taking both legs. I'm just like, instead of like just run out of the position, I'm just tackling his both legs. And I'm not tackling to pull him on top of me. I don't want to meet his leg in the middle and just pull him on top. I'm getting his leg and driving forward and hoping to get on top. So I'm in a butterfly position. I'm looking for like hands control. He's stepping forward. I'm trying to get control. I'm just taking turn. I'm taking turn and I'm not going back anymore. I'm just going forward. Many times you can end up with one leg and you have to stand up with a single leg. Many times you get both legs and then you got circle and get the person's butt on the floor from there. But many times you can just drive him forward and just make him fall back. So one more time. Other sides. If you have a chance to even holding his leg with your leg, that would be good, because it's not good to get on top of someone and he has a full recovery. Got it with you. So if this is the type of position, because he's stepping and I got this and I climb both legs. Once I land, I have a pass to make. So it's something that you want to keep his leg kind of like folding. You want to keep his leg kind of like not much like open and move and out to work against you. So I hope like you understand when someone pressuring you, you can take a breath and scoot back. But if you cannot, just move away from him. If he keeps coming, you gotta come back there. You gotta go back there and your reaction, hope meet his reaction in the middle, but because you know what you're doing and you've been there before, can be stronger to beat him. And that's like that's why I think makes the odds like on your favor, because you've been there before. This had happened for you against you before, but it's only gonna happen to you if you put time to be here. You know what I mean? I don't back away too much. Very few people really make me have to back away because they're just pushing too hard. But I've been here a lot, and this is what gives me like the odds to know that I'm going to be more successful doing the sweep from here than the other person passing against me. I feel like this is the first time that I'm on my feet from the butterfly guard. Obviously, you can come back from the butterfly guard and stand on your feet, or you can just stand on your feet and bring the person to the butterfly guard. Different than just be sitting guard, you can sometimes bring the person straight from his feet to a butterfly sweep, and doesn't happen all the time. But doesn't mean like you cannot try, because you want to have options, and the options is like is right there. I feel like the same move I have done in a final of a Mundial with the gi, the same move, and maybe I have the move in the Mundial with the gi because I do so much this in no gi, so I was able to just do that move from there. So imagine like it's a no gi match, you know what I mean? And you were able to get the person close. I have underhook, I have the overhook. I'm not really pulling, but this time I'm not really just pushing because I don't want to pull. I'm just keeping like elbow tight and his elbow control. So I don't want to pull and give like the underhook. I want to keep my elbow tight and control his arm at the same time. So I'm pulling, but I'm not putting his hand on my armpit. I'm just keep everything tight. Just keep everything tight. The same side of my head, it's not his head. If my head was on the other side, my head would be on the opposite side. So the same side of my head, he can't see. He can see stuff on the other side, but he cannot see on this side. So in this meantime, I'm just looking for an option, because once I get his leg a little bit far back, when I have this much room, that's what I'm looking for. If his knees back, if his knees forward, I cannot put my leg over here. But once his leg is back, that'll be the right time. So I can do the same thing. As I'm pulling, I'm just stepping. I can't stop in the middle. You know, the move has to be like a one motion complete, because I'm still have the leg on the other side, and the leg on the other side is gonna be like a butterfly hook. So once I do this, and it's almost like when I'm pulling forward, the motion, the momentum going down, is what makes the sweep. But everything adds up. Adds up because I'm kicking the leg just like all the butterfly guard we did on the bottom. I'm lift with my butterfly hook just like I do from the bottom, but it's coming from straight from the top to the bottom. It's the same thing, but it's just like I'm pulling straight. It's the type of move that if you have a good butterfly guard, you can always try that coming straight from your feet to the ground. But if you don't have a butterfly guard and you're not used to coordinate like your hooks, like we've been trained so much, like in all this sequence before, maybe you don't want to start on your feet. Okay, I want to start on my feet and start pulling straight to the butterfly guard with momentum. Maybe the momentum can be like on top of you and work against you. But if I have a match position, I have a match and I'm able to get down the hook, I'm not giving the underhook on him. I'm just keeping my elbow tight and control his hand. I'm gonna pull him forward and step above his knee at the same time. I cannot be stopping, guys. I cannot be stopping like, okay, let me just do that. You have to get almost like a little momentum, just kind of at the same time. I'm not pulling him on top of me. I'm kicking his knee and turning halfway down. I don't want to have someone like a heavy and start a mat passing. I got overheating them. I believe my back doesn't even get close to the mat. I'm not getting my back like flat on the mat, because that's like a big concern in a butterfly sweep. Maybe in a butterfly guard, if you have double underhook and you pick the person up, your back goes straight on the mat to get more hold and control. But when you go to sweep, I don't want to put him on top of me. I want to get him off to the side. I want to guide his back towards the mat. I don't know if I point this all the time, but when I have a underhook position, I want to guide. I want to get this underhook and guide his back towards the mat and not my back towards the mat. And I think that's like the point of most of the butterfly guard. I feel like when you start on your feet, I can't recommend to everybody just go to the guard and start on your feet and pull someone on top of you. It's good if you have somebody on your knees and then take your time to work your butterfly guard. So that's why I don't want to start to everybody. Just start on your feet and just pull straight to butterfly guard. If you start on your feet and pull straight to the butterfly guard and you try like, oh, let me just try hook sweep straight from my feet without no this, like you're gonna really have a hard time. So you don't want to just start on your feet to work the butterfly guard. I feel like you want to be, you know, in the middle of the mat, and then you sit guard, you get swept, you sit guard. So you don't want to just kind of like start straight on your feet and just pull someone to your butterfly guard, because you really want to go over like at the foundation. When I say the foundation, you want to get used to stay on the butterfly guard. And that's why I'm letting start on your feet for later, because you want to know all the other rests too. For example, you want to have 1 leg X guard, you want to have like 4 X guard, you want to know those things so you can start working the butterfly guard too. I feel like everything kind of compromises each other and makes like a very strong game. But today we're working the butterfly guard. If you have a great butterfly guard, if you already understand the butterfly guard, now you don't want to just start on your butt. You don't want to just sit over there, because you're wasting some momentum. When I say waste some momentum, now that we're used to the butterfly guard, now you can start to bring the person to your game straight, and you're used to stay there. You have a lot of like a lifetime in that position. So I recommend I'm getting a hold of his hand. The same way how when I'm scooping forward, I'm looking for his hand, I start on my feet and I'm looking to control his hand. And I'm looking for this. 1 up, 1 down. I'm looking for both up on top, you know. I'm looking for both under, you know what I mean? So it doesn't matter. I'm looking for any control that I can have. And with this control, I'm gonna pull him straight down. When I say pulling him straight down, I'm not gonna let him up over there. I'm gonna pull him straight down, stay strong. I'm gonna pull him like straight down and keep him like and make him get to the ground with me. He's not following his butt, he's not following his knee. I'm just bringing all his all his posture down. I don't want to pull guard and he has like all the opening to move around. I want to make sure he stay with me and get close to the ground as much as I can. I said, if you have both hands control, I'm pulling straight down. I'm giving like a good yank to get the other person down. Same way, if I have just one hand on his wrist, I have one hand on his wrist, I have both hands on his wrist, and I'm just yanking and pulling him down with me, and I get him close to me. If I was able to not only have both wrists, but get a 2-on-1, the 2-on-1 give me a chance like if he start passing my guard, other way. Just say he doesn't have a hand, so he cannot establish the pass. But if he has the hand, if he start passing my guard, I can almost kind of like taking out of direction, and then I'll be safe over there. So I can have both hands. I can have 2-on-1 in one his wrist. Or I can have a 2-on-1 with the elbow and wrist. Both are going to give a really good yanking to pull him down. Just pull him down. As I'm pulling him down, not many people like to stay here. From here I can just connect. From here I can just scoop under. So from here, I believe a lot of people are gonna have a strong reaction. When I say strong reaction, like they don't wanna be on my guard with their hands controlled. And that's what I'm looking for. Once he pulls his hand up, I'm hooking behind his ankle. At the same time that I'm hooking behind his ankles, I'm expecting that. When I say expecting that, like as soon as I pull this, I'm not chasing his hand. I'm trying keeping his hand over here, but he pulls, I don't go with him and try holding because it can be just bad. So as soon as he pulls, my hand is ready to really shovel, really like a pushing, like really hard, like a his knees back. And after he falls, at the same time that he falls, I'm getting on top, and I'm hoping to do this. I'm pulling, and I'm getting on top from there. I don't know if everybody like understand the timing of this position. And I feel that's what gets a little bit complicated. When I say complicated, like if you start on your feet and if you only want to do that, but you're not used to staying in the butterfly guard because things go wrong, things change direction, things kind of fail too. And when you fail, you gotta be able to bring the person back to your game. If you just pull that and you don't have a good butterfly guard, and things doesn't work, it's gonna be hard to say that if you don't have options on your guard, if you don't have a variation on your guard. When thing goes off, it gets very complicated, it gets just a big mess. But once you have a good guard, you start to be able to to know how to pull the person to your guard. So if I have a 2-1, I pull this hard. When I say pull this hard, if he wants to break this grip, he has to really yank his arm out. He has to really pull his arm out. But all that is just to expose more his leg. As he exposes more his leg, my hook is scooping forward. Get a little bit far back. So I got this. After he pulls, I can reach him farther. Go a little farther. So he's far. After he pulls, I can really reach the person far. But in that reaching far, I'm not holding his hand. He's pulling his hand, but my hand comes right after. And I'm just hoping to get on top. To get someone down, sometimes it's easy, but to hold him is really hard. So if I do the pushing and I'm not holding, he can just kick me back and he get back on his feet. And I was a bit frustrated because you almost did it. You almost got over there. So I can have this and pull him down and he try pull. Sometimes I don't have to go on the first one. Sometimes the person try pull and I can even hold a little longer. And then when he really pull hard, that'll be a great time to go. So one thing that I wanted people adds up with this guard pull. Try hold and make the person really has to yank his arm back. I don't think many people will be okay to be control their hands. When I say be okay, I mean if you hold the hand, they're gonna try pull, but try hold it as much as you can. I know it's gonna break. I know I cannot hold the grip. I know I cannot hold the 2-1. I know I cannot hold both wrists. I know that grip is gonna break, but has to be break with my expectation. I'm waiting for that. I see that coming, and when that comes, I'm just scooping forward with my ankles, with my foot behind his heels, and hitting really hard his knee to get back on top. So one more time, we stand on your feet, and you want to bring the game to the ground. You don't have to. Maybe you don't want to be on your feet. You feel the other person maybe has a better shot, better takedown than you, and you want to bring him down. But that bring him down, you want to have option. You need to be ready to the situation that maybe the person is going to put you. And I was looking for this. I was looking for control. I'm controlling his hands. I'm controlling the 2-1. I'm controlling the 2-1 on his wrist. But as soon as I pull this, I'm bringing him close to me, and I'm reaching the foot. As soon as I reach the foot, look, we're doing jiu-jitsu. We're doing it at a really high level. People has a good balance. Doesn't mean I'm gonna push Scott knows if I'm gonna push his knee, he's not gonna fall. If I push his knee, he's just gonna take one foot out. I don't catch him by surprise if he see that coming. But you cannot only have this, you cannot only have that, because the person can have just the same skills as you. So you need to be able to answer back. So many times, if I pull someone guard and then he pulls and then he takes his knee out, the foot that he leaves, I take it. And when I say I take it, I connect again. When I say connect again, I don't have to pull because he's moving back. So instead of pull, I'm pushing. And when I say push, I'm just ankle pick him. So I'll do the same thing. I'm pulling. As soon as he pulls, I'm pushing. I'm just gonna try to get his back on the floor. I'm just trying to get his butt and try finish something. I need to just kind of connect something against him. And I did the ankle pick. I'm pushing both. I push both his step. I went straight on one. I'm pushing both his step. I went straight. I'm not going straight against his knee. I moved to the side, but I went straight to the next move, and I'm just pushing. I don't need my hook anymore. I just need to anchor. Don't fall, Scott. I just need to get this push. Don't fall, Scott. Keep the bottom. And I'm just kind of really pushing this away. The same way how he kept his balance from here. He can keep his balance from here too. But that's okay as long as I have an answer for that. I need to know this could happen. I'm used to that. From here, if my style is more like a takedown, I can go here and just finish a takedown. You know what I mean? It's something that I can do guard, but I can wrestle too. You know, I can just keep connecting things, and But if you don't like the takedown, I'm pulling, I'm pushing, I'm going there, and now I realize like, I don't have a great takedown. He's already turning away from me. So instead of just keep chasing him, you can just pull him to your guard. You got an ankle control. You try the ankle pick. As soon as I realize like I'm not coming up, I'm not wrestling with this guy. This guy has a way better experience on wrestling than me. Why I'm going that way, so you can just kind of shift and bring things. And one more time, I'm talking about options. We want to have options, and we want to be able to have options based on his reaction. It's not because I like to do this. Guys, people, maybe I'm going to just say this in the end, but it's the truth. People think about, oh, you do this because you're short. You do this because you kind of stack. You do this because you have a strong leg. But reality, most of the game that I feel like I collect, I don't feel like develop anything, but most of the game that I feel like I collect is based on like things that I saw people reacting. People that was dealing to react in one way and then started doing things this way because they given that reaction. So most of the technique that I have added to my game is because they give a type of reaction. So most of my game is based on like everyone that have compete, everyone that have trained, everyone that was maybe the strongest person, everyone that was like so heavy training with me, everyone that was so fast moving on front of me, everyone that has like a huge and big like a background in something else that is not jiu-jitsu. So most of the game that I choose to add to, most of the technique that I choose to add on my game was based because like the person give a different reaction. And I think that's more real. And when I say real, like that has more chance to work for me than if I just like I just like trying. Yeah, but people, it's kind of defend the trunk. Yeah, no, but I just like trying. I just want to do the trunk. I feel like it's more like more time you put on the mat, more you realize what's working, what's not working. So the moves that I choose was the one that realized like, yeah, people doesn't know how to defend that, or people doesn't have a good balance when I do that, or people has like that kind of like a not so good reaction when I do that. So they kind of end up kind of like losing because I'm making like a moves based on the reaction. And the reason why the movies work, because all this time on the mat give me a sense of like to know what kind of reaction the person is giving to me. And that's my recommendation. If something's not working for you, it's not that the move is good or bad. It's not because like you good or bad. It's because maybe the other person knows how to defend. So you need to do something that surprises your opponent. You need to do something that you know better than your opponent. You need to do something because you know what type of reaction that he has, and then you're gonna be able to capitalize that reaction and surprise him based on that. So if you pull guard, I'm expecting his reaction. I'm expecting he has a good balance. I'm expecting to he don't fall on this ankle pick. And if I feel like I'm coming up, and then he starts turning his, I'm losing his leg. So instead of go to ankle pick, sometimes maybe I can go to his back, and instead of go there, just pull straight to the act guard, turn around. And doesn't mean like oh I don't have a good wrestle, but many people, once you stand up with this leg this high, they're gonna go down. Doesn't matter like how good on his feet they are. If you stand up with his knee this close to your shoulder, he's gonna fall. He's gonna be out of balance, and that's the goal. The goal is like I think one of the goals of jiu-jitsu is finding where you're strong and your opponent's not. Even he's stronger than you in many different scenarios, but if the person is really strong, but once you get to his neck is not gonna be stronger than you. His neck is not gonna be stronger than your choke, and that's the goal. That's the goal to make jiu-jitsu work. Like find where you're stronger than your opponent. Even maybe his weight like 100 pounds more than you.